students, today to a brand new chapter, exponents. It is a very important chapter from the perspective of next chapters which will be coming. I hope in some schools algebra is running. So, but then I feel exponents, if has been taught to you a little before, that is all okay. We'll just have a quick review of this chapter, same way, concepts and questions, and definitely it will be a big help for you. So let's start with the chapter Exponents, class 8. So I will be telling you the concepts first, and there will be some questions, and it will be a quick recap for you, and you will definitely enjoy it. I hope you are all doing good and stay fit, stay well. Let's get started. Exponents. So let a and b be any rational numbers and n is a positive integer. Then a upon b to the power n is equal to a times n, b times n is equal to a to the power n upon b to the power n. This is how we represent. So let's take an example, 3 upon 5, because 3 upon 5 is a rational number in the form of a upon b, where b is not equal to 0, right? So 3 times n can be n is actually what? N is the power, and a and b are base. So 3 to the power n or 3 to the power 3. Suppose I have taken 3 here, so 3 to the power 3, and here n is equal to 3. So n is the power, and this is the base, because it is always to the power of power is always to the base. So 3 to the power 3, 5 to the power 3, which is 27. This is basically how exponents will be represented, right, students? Okay. So let's take another example. Now negative integer n as a power of rational. N is the power of the rational number. I have already explained to you. Rational number is a upon b. N is the power, right? So negative, it can be a negative integer as well. It can be minus a upon b. So, and it can also be a negative power. Let's see a negative power. How do we deal a negative power? Okay. Now, let's take this example. A upon b to the power n can be expressed as b upon a. I reverse this to the power n. So what exactly we do in any question like this? Wherever there is a power like a upon b to the power minus n, if the power is minus n, then what do you do, students? Simply we have to make it positive, so we will reverse the order of the what? Base. Yes. What we do? B upon a. We do it b upon a. A upon b becomes b upon a, and to the power n. So negative becomes positive. Let's take an example. 3 upon 4 to the power minus 5 will be same as 4 upon 3 to the power 5. So even if you put this exponential form in this form, then it is perfect. 4 to the power 5 upon 3 to the power 5. This is how we do. Same way, if there is a form of the exponent is only there is no a upon b, just the base and the power. So let's take 4 to the power minus 6. What is 4? It is 4 upon 1. This is how we represent exponent. 4 is 4 upon 1. So again in the form of a upon b to the power of minus n. A upon b to the power of minus n will become b upon a, will become 1 upon 4 to the power 6. Clear? Very simple, right? A upon b to the power minus n becomes b upon a to the power n. We will do some questions on this as well. Now the third part, we go to law of exponents. See, basically this chapter is all about laws of exponents. When you get a question, you will be applying laws, different laws. So it can be multiple laws you are applying in the same question. So or it could be just one of the laws. So basically there are 6 laws in this chapter. So it will be a quick recap for you. Let's get started. First law, a upon b to the power m into a upon b to the power n. So basically this is the same base, a upon b, and this is maybe m and n. So it could be, there is a multiplication sign when two of the integers are being multiplied and they are different powers, right? So the powers will get added up. We'll take examples as when we go through the questions. These are the concepts. So just have a quick look and enjoy the session. And these are very important. Once you know this, you can even memorize this. But when we do the questions, you will be actually applying these as questions and answers, which I'll go through some questions for you. But these concepts, it's always good to maybe memorize them by heart or do some questions. Each law can be, with each law you can do some 5 or 6 questions. So it will be at the back of your mind. Okay, students? Let's get started. A upon b to the power n into a to the power a upon b to the power n becomes a upon b to the power m plus n. So this is the first law. When there is a multiplication, m plus n, right? So 5, this is just an explanation. 5 to the power 4 means 5 is the base and 4 is the power. So I have already explained that to you. This is just to represent. Okay. I think this I have already mentioned over here. These two things I have mentioned over here. So we'll go through that. Now a upon b into c upon d. When we are actually, there is a multiplication. So here there was a division. So when there was a division, then we will, there was a multiplication first. So we did add the powers. Now what we are doing? Now we are dividing. Here we were, first law we are multiplying. So there is an addition of the powers. Second law, a upon b divided by a upon b to the power n. When there is a division, then a upon b will be m minus n. So a upon b to the power m into a upon b to the power n is equal to a upon b m plus n. When there is a multiplication, it is added, m plus n. The power will be added. Now we come to multiplication. If there are two numbers which are being multiplied, so it will be a upon b into c upon it's division. So a upon b divided by a upon b to the power m and divided by a upon b to the power n becomes a upon b to the power m minus n. So always remember, first multiplication, then division. Question can be on multiplication, question can be on division. Third law, a upon b into c upon d to the power n. This simply means the whole of this, these two rational numbers, a upon b into c upon d to the power n becomes this to the power n into this to the power n. This simply means that. This means a upon b to the power n, a upon b to the power n into c upon d to the power n. So in the questions, this is just a representation, and this you will have to simplify this in this form: a upon b to the power n upon c upon d to the power n. When we do the questions, these laws will be applied, and it will be much clearer. So, but at the back of your mind, these laws should be clear to you, and these you maybe memorize them, or maybe do some questions, because the maths is all about concepts and questions. Sometimes you just go through the concept, but you don't practice the questions. I suggest you that you practice, you jot down the concept like this. Suppose we take this one as a concept: a upon b into a upon b to the power a upon b to the power m into a upon b to the power n. So this is one law. Now you do 2 or 3 questions, and that will be so much clear. The concept will be so much clear because you have done the questions on your own. That's how actually maths is practiced. So now we go further. A upon b to the power m. Now m to the power n. If whenever you see this kind of representation, m here there is m and there is another power on m, another power of m as n. So I've just always remember, if there is this kind of representation, then it is, I've just made an arrow. Just remember this. It is not horizontal. It's vertical. It's a 45-degree kind of a representation. M and n. M a to the power m. The power a upon b is having a power m, and m is having a power n. So basically, which means a upon b is not to the power of n. A upon b is not to the power of n. So, but it is whole to the power of n. So simply multiply these two. So it will be a upon b mn, m into n. This becomes m into n, and then again it will be base of a and b. Remember this. This I have already done. A upon b to the power minus n will be b upon a to the power n. I have done these questions which I have shown to you here. 4 by 4 to the power minus 6. is also written as 4 upon 1 to the power minus 6 or 1 upon 4 to the power 6, right? So they are the same thing. And a to the power a upon b to the power of 0. And you can also write a to the power 0 upon b to the power 0, which becomes 1. So this you have to remember, right? So I hope it's clear to you. So basically these are laws, 6 laws, and this is how basically main thing exponent is a upon n to the power b upon n, and it can also be just the number, suppose a to the power minus n. So this is this will become a upon b. You can write this as a upon b, 4 upon 1, and usually just remember in exponential form, this is the base and this is the power. So let's do some more questions, and let's do some more concepts on representing in the standard form, and let's move further now. Let's move further. The other concept is regarding standard form. So let's see what is the standard form. Standard form is any number which is in the form of m into 10 to the power n, where m is a decimal number such that m is between 1 and 10. So it can be 7.4, 2.6, 3.4, anything like which is a decimal number, right? So, but it should be between 1 and 10, and should not be greater than 10 and should not be less than 1, right? That's m into 10 to the power n. Just remember the standard form is m into 10 to the power n. M is what? M is any number between, it's a decimal number. M is a decimal number in the form of m into 10 to the power n. And n is what? It can be a positive integer or a negative integer. N is what? Exponent, right? To the power. So let's see 6872. This is the usual number. This is not a standard number. We have to convert this to a standard form. So what's that? Let's take this as 6.8, because we have to convert to a standard form, into 10 to the power 3. This is the standard form. I'll explain it. Very simple. The number has to be, count the number of digits, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now put a decimal point starting from the left going to the right, starting from the left going to the right after one digit. So just put this 6.8. Now this becomes your m, which is the decimal number, into 10 to the power n. And what is this n? N is the number of digits which are to the right of the decimal point. 1, 2, 3. Simple. Let's take another example. This is something else. So let's take another example. Okay, let's take another example here. 7, 5, 4, 9, 8. Okay, let's take this number. Now, starting from the left to the right, one place the digit starting from the left to the right, just put a decimal between the first and the second number starting from the left. Simple. This is what? This is the number converting to a standard form. This m has to be a decimal number first. So m becomes 7.5. Left, right, one digit to the left from the first number. First number starting from left, and just place a decimal from the left to the right between the first and the second number from the left. 7.5. Now into 10 to the power what? Number of digits right to the decimal point. Number of digits right to the decimal point are how much? This is 7.5 here, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. into 10 to the power 4. Simple. This is your expressing numbers in the standard form. Now let's take an example. This was a large number. Basically, I was taking some large numbers, some positive numbers, and 75,498, 66,872. We'll now take small numbers. 0.0002, 0.00006, 7 zeros, 1, 2, and 61. Very small decimal number, but we have to convert in this form, standard form. So, and this n can be a positive and a negative integer. That still it will be a standard form. So what we do, we have to put this decimal place to the right. Decimal place to the right. So we have to bring it over here. How many places will shift? This is when we shift to the right. It is a positive, right? If you have checked, you have done the number line and you have done rational numbers. When this is the decimal point, we place the number of digits to the right, positive. Number of digits to the left, negative. Right. So this you will express this as 2. No, instead of putting it over here, just put to the power. 2 to the power. How many digits? We'll shift 1, 2, 3, 4 digits. 10 to the power 4. Simple. Now this can be put this. You can write this as 2 into 10 to the power. We are taking it up -4. This is the number. Simple. Okay. And let's take another example. But this is the logic. Now let's make the things easier. Whenever you get these decimal numbers, you have to put decimal to the right to the extent of putting decimal number after the last digit. So how many places you will shift? 1, 2, 3, 4 digits. 4 places. So 10 to the power 4. Because we are not putting, and always put upon. Just do this first step. Remember this first step. 2 upon 10 to the power 4. Number of digits you have shifted. And then you can just take that over there. Same way. Let's take another example so that this logic is clear to you. This is the number. This was a small number. This was a small number. This is only the case of small numbers, right? So now decimal numbers and small numbers. Now we have to put this as standard form, right? This is a standard form because I told you n can be a negative number as well, negative integer as well, negative, right? So this can also be written as 2.0, right? Into 10 to the power -4. Let's take this. How many digits you have to shift? You have to shift. This will be 61. Always first of all write this step so that you don't forget anything. 61 upon 2 upon 61 upon. Now we have to put the we have to bring the decimal here. How many decimal points you have to shift? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 decimal points. This will become 61 upon 10 to the power 9. Simple. So this you can write 6.1 upon 10 to the power 6.1 into 10 to the power -1. See, remember it has to be a standard form. This form. Okay, so this you can write because now we are shifting this one decimal place to the left. Minus 6.1. Because it was here, it was 61, not 6.1, 10 to the -1 because we are putting decimal, we are shifting decimal place one place to the left, right? Remember this? So always because it has to be in this form. This form. Decimal has to be in this form. 6.8, 7.5, 3.5 like this. This is the standard form, right? So 6.1 into 10 to the -1, and this is 10 to the 9. Now our first rule applies. This is 6.1. This is the same base. This is what? Division. So what was the form? A upon B to the power A upon what is that? A upon B to the power m divided by A upon B to the power n, or simply A upon B divided by A upon n. So what is that? Minus. Whenever there is a division, whenever there is a division, it is minus. And whenever there is a multiplication, it is plus. So not it's a division, so minus 10 to the power -1 minus 9. is equal to 6.1 into 10 to the power, this is minus 1 minus, let me take this up, this is 9, okay, minus 1, this is minus 9, yes, minus 10, I think this is correct. 6.1 into 10 to the power, okay, sorry, I wrote it, add it some 10 minus 1, 10 to the power minus 1, you bring it, divide by, this is, see, this simply is what, 10 to the power minus 1 upon 10 to the power 9, this becomes 10 to the minus 1 minus 9, 10 to minus 10, right? E to the power m upon e to the power n is equal to a to the power m minus n, right? This is the formula. Okay. What happens? It becomes 6.1 into 10 to the power minus 10. You can also write this as 6.1 into 10 to the power minus 1 into 10 to the power minus 9. You can bring it there also. So this becomes what? 6.1 into, now this is multiplication, this is plus. So when there is a multiplication, see, then this will be added. Minus 1 plus minus minus, same thing. 6.1 into 10 to the power minus 10, same thing, right? It's all the same. Here you can also apply the multiplication rule. Here I have directed doing the division one. Minus 1 minus 9, just 10 to minus 10. Clear? So this is basically a standard form where there can be a large number and where there can be a small number in the decimal form. We have to convert this into this form, m into 10 to the power minus n, right? Now there is one more form which is a usual form. What's the usual form? This is a standard form given and we have to put in the usual number form. So this is, remember this 3.52. You have to put trailing zeros in this. So this is a significant. This is a significant. Remember this. This is a significant. So you have to first write same way. Count the number of this is 10 to the power 7. So you have to put trailing zeros after this. So this becomes 3.52. It's already a standard form. And how many zeros you have to put? 7 zeros. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now, when you put these 7 zeros, you also have to remember that it has to be not in this form. It doesn't have to be a. Let me put this straight. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. First, simply put this with 10 over 7. This is how you represent. This simply when you have to put this in the usual form. It's a standard form given, right? Now what you do? You have to. These are 2 digits. These digits cannot be there. These digits cannot be there. So it has to be 3, 5. So count the number of digits before the trailing zeros. How many? To the right of the decimal. To the right of the decimal and before the trailing zeros. 2 digits. So these are 2 digits. These will be cancelled. The 2 zeros will be cancelled. So it will be 3, 5, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is the answer. Whenever you have to convert to usual form, a standard form to a usual form, this is how you do. You want to take another example? Let's take another example. Okay, this I already put in here. Now this is a standard form. Again, you have to put this in the usual form. Simply, this is the significant. So just first step, write the same thing. 6.23 into 10 to the power 5. So you just first steps write same way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 zeros. Now this is a significant. So you have to take the after significant. This is the decimal point. Now count the trailing zeros. The trailing zeros which are to the right of the decimal point. You just put those number of zeros. This is the first step. The same thing I did over here. Now now after the this is the number to the left is the significant. Now just ignore the significant. Now take the decimal to the right. How many digits you see are to the right? There are 2 digits I see to the right. Or is it more? I see only 2 digits to the right of the decimal point. So which means I have to make it 623 somehow. So which means 2 digits, 2 zeros I will cut. Here also I do the same thing. 2 zeros I did cut. First write the same thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Cut the 2 zeros. It will be 6, 2, 3, 0, 0, 0. Right? Same thing I did. This is how you convert to the usual form from the standard form. Clear, guys? So this is important aspect here. Some questions can always come. Putting the number in the standard form or putting the number in the usual form from the standard form. And there can be 2 ways you can do that. If you have numbers in the standard form, it can be a large number, it can be a small number. I have given an example of a large numbers. You see this on the board. If I have given a small number, if it's a small number, decimal number, then put the decimal towards the right. It will always be positive, but then first step is to put not in this format but in this format. 2 upon 10 to the power. How many digits are there? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4. And then you do this. In this same way you did what? You have to put it to the right. When you put to the right, it is number of digits. The number of digits to the right of the decimal point, just put it this way. So this is 7.5 into 10 to the power into 10 to the power 4. Right? So this is if it's a large number. And it's a small number, you form this form. This is basically already a large number. You don't have to put in upon something. You just have to put this thing. Right? Just remember numbers to the, if you have to put a decimal number to the right, positive, to the left, negative. The question is, the speed of light is 3 crores meter per second expressed in standard form. So standard form is m, which m is a decimal, into 10 to the power n. So this will be 3.0 into 10 to the power. How many zeros? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 10 to the power 8 meter per second. This is a number between 1 and 10. As I told you, number between 1 and 10. Decimal number 3.0 into 10 to the power 8. It has to be in this form. The speed of light will be how many zeros? If I put a point here, because it has to be this way only. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is the speed of light in standard form. Now let's move further. 3670000 in standard form. Again the same. It has to be in this form. M into 10 to the power n. So this will be how much? 3.67 if I write this, into 10 to the power. How many digits after? How many digits are there which are right to the decimal point? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 into 10 to the power 6. Okay. Again, similar question. You have to put this in a standard form. So for that, let me just check this for you. So now it has to be again in this form, 4.63 into 10 to the power. See, taking the decimal to the right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 places. This is the sixth one. So after 5. So because it has to be in this form, 4.63 into 10 to the power 5. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If it was 6, then it will be 46.3. I want this in this form, 4.63. The standard form is in this form, 3 point. It has to be just one significant, one digit, which is to the left of the decimal point. Only one digit to the left of the decimal point. This is the standard form. So it is 4.63 into 10 to the power 5. Now usual form, let's do this in the usual form. This is a small number, right? So you will just write this number is 0.000367 into 10 to the power 4 in usual form, not the standard form. So let this 10 to the power 4 be over here same way. Now we just put this, take this decimal over here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So as I told you, for the small numbers, 367 upon 10 to the power 6. So this can be this can be written this further. We can write this as 367 into 10 to the power minus 6 into 10 to the power 4. So this becomes 367 into m minus n. So m minus n minus 10. 10 to the power minus 10. So is it m minus n? Okay, this is m minus n minus 6 m, because they both are the same base, and power is, when it's a multiplication, power will be plus, sorry, it will be added, not minus. But it's not division, it's multiplication. Power will be added, like a to the power m into a to the power n is equal to a to the power m plus n. So this will be minus 6 plus 4. So this is 10 to the power minus 2. Okay, or you can write this as 3.67. This is the usual form. Got it? Now value of a, this is in the form of a upon b to the power of minus n. You can write this as b upon a to the power n. So this becomes, reverse this, 4 upon 3 to the power 3. This becomes 4 into 4 into 4 upon 3 into 3 into 3. This becomes 27. This becomes 64. Right? This is the answer. I told you this, one of the laws, a upon b to the power n can be b upon a to the power n. Instead of minus n, it will be n. It becomes, this quotient should be done in this way. Unless there is a positive sign, then you don't need to do. But if there is a negative sign, then you always bring it to positive by reversing or making it a reciprocal. So this is it. This cannot be further divided. This is the simplest one. Now this again I told you the formula, law of exponent. You apply a upon b to the power 0. Same form is equal to a upon 0 upon b upon 0 is equal to 3 upon 0 upon 5 upon 0. A upon 0 is 1 always. 1 upon 1 is equal to 1. This is again, these are all the laws I am applying. Now another question, minus 6 upon 5 to the power minus 1. So this is a negative sign. So this is a negative integer. This is minus 1. So I will reverse the order and sign will be the same. Sign won't change. And this will be 1. So this becomes minus 5 upon 6. See, this is minus 1. This has to be 1. So I have to reverse, make it reciprocal. When I make it reciprocal, it will be 5 by 6. But the minus sign will still remain. This is minus 5 by 6 to the power 1. This is minus 5 by 6. And the last end of the case, minus 1 by 3, 3 times. See, this is already a positive number. You don't need to change it. You don't need to reverse it. Because we already have a positive power. So this is 3 times, simple. Into minus 1 by 3, into minus 1 by 3. The logic here is, this becomes 27. This is 1, but what's the sign? Remember, minus minus is plus, plus minus is minus. This is the answer. Herein, in these questions, the idea is to know the sign. Minus into minus is plus. Plus into minus is minus. Minus into plus is minus. plus into plus is plus, this way. So basically this is the idea, right? So herein a quick recap of all the concepts we have done. These are the questions. You will be asked to convert the number into a standard form. It can also be a usual form, and then rest will be some questions on the laws of the exponents. Fine. So let's do some more questions now. Some more questions. 3 to the power minus 6 divided by 3 to the power 4 is equal to, so again this is the law, a upon b to the power minus n is equal to b upon a to the power n. This law we can put easily, we can put this as 3 upon 1 to the power minus 6 divided by 3 by 4. So we can write this as 1 by 3. Okay, I'm sorry, we can simply do it directly by the formula. So directly you can apply the formula a upon m divided by a upon n is equal to a upon m minus n. So this is same, same, this is the power, this is the base, same base. So herein it becomes, whenever there is a division, you have to subtract 3 to the power minus 6 minus 4. This becomes 3 to the power minus 10. This is the answer. Why do I need to put this as 3 by 1, or it's not required. Directly put the formula. Simply it's a direct law of the exponent, right? Now this one, here in 3 upon minus 1, right? So let's do this question. 3 to the power minus 1 plus 6 to the power minus 1 divided by 3 by 4 to the power minus 1. So you can write this as, what's the reverse of this? 3 can become, you can write 3 as 1 by 3 to the power 1. This can be written as 1 by 6 to the power 1. This formula comes a upon b to the power minus n is equal to b upon a to the power n. This 3 is simply 3 by 1, right, to the power minus 1. So this you can write as 1 by 3 to the power 1. So this becomes LCM, we can take, okay, there's a divider as well. This is 3 by 4. Let's do it right now. Let's just put the same way. Now we solve this. 3 and 6. LCM of 3 and 6 is 6. This is 2 plus 1 by 6. This remains 1 only. Divided by. Now we solve this. We can put this as 4 by 3 to the power 1. So this becomes 3 by 6 divided by 4 by 3. Now you can put this as half divided by 4 by 3. Okay. LCM is 6, 3 plus 2, 5 by 6 is the answer. Got this? Simply I am doing nothing, I am just applying the law. This is what? 3 by 1 to the power minus 1, right? This becomes 1 by 3 to the power 1. Same way 1 by 6 to the power 1 divided by 3 by 4 is to the power 1. So here I think I could have done one. Yeah, I have done it. I reverse this and I put 1. So this I solve. This becomes 3 by 6. LCM is 6. 3 by 6. Right? So this becomes half divided by 4 by 3. So this becomes how much? Half divided by 4 by 3. 3 plus 2 by 6. 5 by 6. Fine? Okay. Now I move further. Half to the power minus 2 plus 1 by 3 to the power minus 2 plus 1 by 4 to the power minus 2. So this I can write as 2 by 1 to the power 2 plus 3 by 1 to the power 2 plus 4 by 1 to the power 2. This becomes 2 square plus 3 square plus 4 square. So this is equal to 4 plus 9 plus 16. This becomes how much? 16 and 9? 29 is the answer. Fine. So now this formula is being used many times. A upon B to the power minus n is equal to B upon A to the power n. This is a very important law, and you should be able to use it in your questions now. I think I made it much easier for you through all these questions, and do give a quick recap on the concepts and the questions which are linked to these concepts. And as I mentioned to, there can be multiple concepts, multiple laws being used in the same question. So we basically see we did solve this by this one, and herein it's a division, and herein it's a direct application of the law. A upon m divided by a upon n, a upon m minus n, a upon m minus n. If this would have been multiplied, then it would have been added. So this is division, so we will subtract the powers. Base is same. Now we move further. By what number should half to the power minus 1 be multiplied so that the product is this? Now we don't know the number, so let's see, let the number be x. Let the number be x. So x into by what number should this be multiplied? Half to the power minus 1 to get minus 5 by 4 to the power minus 1. So can I write this as x into 2 by 1 to the power 1, right? Now because I changed the order, and then this becomes, from negative it becomes positive, is equal to same way I can write this. You see the sign will remain same, but this will become 4 by 5 to the power 1, which is 4 by 5 only, right? I hope you can understand this. So this becomes 2x is equal to minus 4 by 5, x is equal to minus 4 by 5 upon 2 upon 5 into 2 is equal to minus 4 by 10 is equal to minus 2 by 5. This is the answer. Okay, students, enjoy. Yes, see, exponents is very easy, it's not difficult. You just have to practice the questions. Do more and more questions. There can be many questions you can do on the same concept. There might be some questions in the NCERT, some in some other book, but overall these are the concepts. I have seen your book. These are the concepts which are the important concepts. Standard form, from standard to the usual form. Then there are the 6 laws which I told you. On these 6 laws I have some questions for you. So when you go through my video, then you just keep these questions in mind, and when you are doing the question on your own, just think keeping those laws in mind, right? Let's move further now. Now express this in power notation. Power notation means you don't have to simplify, you have to leave power like in this notation only. So let's do the question. 81 by 256 to the power minus 3 by 4. See, in exponents you will always be given questions wherein some kind of a link will always come. So why you have been given minus 3 by 4? Because there has to be some relation to solve this. See, let's do this. This is 3 to the power 4. And is that 4? Yes, 4 to the power 4. Right? And I can write this in this way, minus 3 upon 4. Okay. Now you should be, now see, I'll just do it over here. This is the formula, a to the power m to the power n. I told you this kind of a relation. This becomes a to the power mn. Same thing will be applied here. See, now this becomes 3, 4. This is above. This is to the power of 4. Minus 3 by 4 is, this is again a power of 4. So 4 into minus 3 by 4, we can write this. And this you can write as 4, because this whole is into minus 3 by 4. This is again 4 to the power 4, and this again to the power of minus 3 by 4. So what I do? Simply this formula, mn, here also and here also. So 4 into 4 to the power 4, this becomes, this you multiply. 4 into minus 3 by 4, right? So 4 into minus 3 by 4. So herein it becomes, this you can cut. 4 and 4 cuts, 3 to the power minus 3. 4 and 4 cuts. Same way 4 and 4 cuts, 4 to the power minus 3. Which means this you can write as 3 upon 4 to the power minus 3, or 4 upon 3 to the power 3. You have to leave in the notation form only. So express in power notation. You don't have to solve this. This is the answer. Let me check again. Yes, and 4. Right. See, this formula is being used. Just have to be a little bit thoughtful when you do these questions. They are very simple. See the order, the order you are getting. And this is always, you will get an order wherein something will be linked to this kind of a expression. So this is 3 to the power 4. This is 4 to the power 4 into minus 3 by 4, right? Because this is the formula. Through this formula, a to the power m to the power n. So this becomes, this I wrote this as 3 to the power 4, and this again is a power. So this form, this becomes this multiply. You multiply this then. So 4 into minus 3 by 4, right? So what you get? 3 to the power minus 3 and 4 to the power minus 3. This becomes 3 upon 4 to the power minus 3. And so if you reverse this and you put 3, this is the answer. Okay. Now let's do some more questions. I hope till now it is all clear. You are understanding, enjoying this session, and I hope with these questions you will do well. I have some 1 or 2 more questions for you, and let's get started. Students, I have got 2 more questions for you before I wrap up this session for experiments. Okay, let's do these questions. 8 upon 9 to the power minus 2, then this whole to the power of 1 by 3, and then this whole to the power of 6. Again, see, this has to be expressed in the power notation. So formula here is the same, a to the power m to the power n. This is multiplied, this becomes a to the power mn. This formula is being used, this law is being used. Now let's simplify step by step, but then we have to do in the power notation. We don't have to simplify, we have to leave in the power form. Like I'll let you know how. Like in the previous question, it has to be something like 3 to the power 5, 1 to the power 4, like this. In this notation, you have to leave the question. You don't have to solve this. Okay, so let's now do this question. Another question, same way, expressing power notation. So let's solve this one first. So in these questions, you have to write properly. So just write this 8 upon 9. So you can write this, as I told you, this is above, right? So always mn. This will become minus 2 into 1 by 3 minus 2 by 3, right? Then I again, since I solved this, I close this and I put this 6. This whole will be to the power of 6. Now I again open it, 8 by 9. Now what I do, these brackets are removed because now I am solving it. This is again to the power of 6, so you can write this as minus 2 into 6 by 3. I close it. right? So now I've solved these two. First I solved these, this I multiplied, then when whatever I got from here, whatever I got from here, I multiplied by 6. So this becomes 8 by 9. This is minus 12 by 3, it is minus 6 minus 4. Right. So you can write this as, now you open this, 9 by 8 to the power 4. Right. Again another law which I have been using. One law is this, other law is a upon b to the power minus n is equal to b upon a to the power n. So there are multiple laws being used. Here this law is being used. Two laws being used, this and this. Yeah. So you can write this as, because it has to be in power form, so you can write this as 3 square upon 2 cube, and this whole to the power of 4. Again same, again this law being used here. Let's see how this becomes 3 to the power of 8, 2 into 4 upon 2 into 3 into 4. This is 3 to the power of 8 upon 2 to the power of 12. Yeah, this is the answer. Take it. 2 cube, 3 square, power 4. Yeah, fine. So these two. Now let's solve the last question. 2.5 to the power of minus 3, this can be expressed as 5 upon 2 to the power of 3 into, this can be same, 2 square upon 5 square. This you can do one thing, minus 4 you can 2 into 2, but minus sign is there, minus 4. So 5 upon 2 to the power of minus 4, okay, into 1 upon 40. So now what happens? This becomes a 5 cube upon a 2 cube into 2 square into 5 square. This can be written as 2 by 5 to the power of 4, right? Okay. And again, see 140, we have to break in 2s and 3s or 2s and 5s. So this you can write as 2 cube is 8 into 5. So now let's simplify. Let's see what happens here. This is 2 to the power 6, right? Here this is 2 and 2 to the power 6 here again. Okay, you can add these same bases, add these, and this is 5 to the power of 3. Okay, you see this? 5 to the power 3, you write the same way, into 1. Here it is. So this gets cut, right? This gets cut. This is 5 to the power 4 and 5 to the power 4 and 2, 6 and 1, 7. 5 to the power 7. Okay, so this gets cut. 5 to the power 3 upon 5 to the power 7 is equal to 5 to the power 3 minus 7 is equal to 5 to the power of minus 4. You can write this as 1 upon 5 to the power of 4. Fine. So this is the answer, students. With this I complete the chapter of exponents. I hope you like this chapter, and if you like this video, do give a like, subscribe to my channel Score More, and please do not forget to press the bell icon for further notifications of my upcoming videos. Till then, you have a great time and enjoy. Bye. Now let's solve the last question. 2.5 to the power of minus 3, this can be expressed as 5 upon 2 to the power of 3 into, this can be same, 2 square upon 5 square. This you can do one thing, minus 4 you can 2 into 2, but minus sign is there, minus 4. So 5 upon 2 to the power of minus 4, okay, into 1 upon 40. So now what happens? This becomes a 5 cube upon a 2 cube into 2 square into 5 square. this can be written as 2 by 5 to the power of 4, right? Okay, and again see 140, we have to break in 2s and 3s or 2s and 5s, so this you can write as 2 cube is 8 into 5. So now let's simplify. Let's see what happens here. This is 2 to the power 6, right? Here this is 2 and 2 to the power 6 here again. Okay, you can add these same bases, add these, and this is 5 to the power of 3. Okay, you see this 5 to the power of 3, you write the same way, into 1. Here it is, so this gets cut, right? This gets cut. This is 5 to the power 4 and 5 to the power 4 and 2 6 and 1 7. 5 to the power 7. Okay, so this gets cut. 5 to the power 3 upon 5 to the power 7 is equal to 5 to the power 3 minus 7 is equal to 5 to the power of minus 4. You can write this as 1 upon 5 to the power of 4. Fine. So this is the answer, students. With this I complete the chapter of exponents. I hope you like this chapter, and if you like this video, do give a like, subscribe to my channel Score More, and please do not forget to press the bell icon for further notifications of my upcoming videos. Till then, you have a great time and enjoy. Bye.